So what we have here is Dimir Rogues. This will be the first deck we play on the Mythic ladder. It is a tribal kind of tempo deck where you're looking to have a mix of flash threats as well as ways to get like counters and removal. There's a mill element to it where you want to get 8 cards in your opponent's graveyard. There's multiple ways for us to achieve this. So Thieves Guild Enforcer, when it or another rogue enters the battlefield, you mill your opponent 2. If there's 8 or more cards, it becomes a 3/2 Death Toucher. Merfolk Windrobber, when it attacks and deals combat damage, it mills an opponent's card, and then you can sack it and draw a card if you have 8 or more. Minecarver is an auto-equipped equipment. Gives +1/0 regularly, but if you have 8 cards, it gets +3/1, so it makes these smaller creatures pretty formidable in the sky. We have a number of flyers in the deck, so we are playing Lofty Denial. Pair with that, we have Drown in the Loch, which is a counter or kill spell based on the number of cards in your opponent's graveyard in respect to the CMC of the target. Some eliminates. Then you have Soaring Thought Thief. This is the Lord of the deck. 2 mana, 1/3. As long as there are 8 or more cards in their graveyard, rogues you control get +1/0. And then whenever 1 or more rogue you control attack, each opponent mills 2 cards. So kind of self-enabling. Brazen Borrower for tempo. Nighthawk Scavenger as a way to... So its power gets bigger the more your opponent has cards in their graveyard. Different types of cards, so it's a way to attack in. The Mythic Rare Land, Agadeem's Awakening. This is a very good card. So you can either have it come in for 3 life untapped for a black source, or late game 3 black and X, and you can return cards with different CMC equal to X's cost. So if you cast it for 3, you can get back like a Thieves Guild, a Soaring Thought Thief, and a Nighthawk Scavenger, for example. We're also playing 1 Hagra's Mauling we're going to test out in the main board here. So another land that comes into play tapped, or it's your opponent likely will have non-basics, so it's going to be a 3 mana destroy target creature. So it's a murder that's also tapped to a land. This allows us to play fewer lands and more spells. 2 Rankles, it's also a rogue, fairly versatile card on the top end. And then Zareth San the Trickster. So this is really the card that allows our deck to get tempo and like a strong kind of effect. We're going to be chipping in damage a lot. We're going to be milling our opponent. We have evasive threats. So an unblocked rogue, you ninja this in. It deals combat damage, and you get to steal one of their permanents from the graveyard and put it on your side of the battlefield. And then it also lets you reset like your Brazen Borrower bounce or your Thieves Guild for some extra mill effects. We're playing 4 of the Pathway lands, 1 castle, and then I'm playing the Trinomes over the Scry lands because of the castle. It could be right the other way, but we'll see. And then finally sideboard. This is completely experimental as we don't know what the meta will look like. So I'm thinking Bloodchief's Thirst as early creature aggro or just removal. Also hit Planeswalkers. Cling to Dust, a way to get Uro or any sort of graveyard shenanigans. Because we don't want to exile their graveyard fully because we care about the 8 cards. Thanks Titans for the sub. Appreciate it. We got 3 Duress versus more controlling matchups, 3 Negates versus heavy kind of removal or spell based. We'll see again with this. This might be better as Mystical Dispute. I'm going to try Witch's Vengeance. I want some sort of sweeper. And this is good because it won't target our own. Even in a pinch, if we need to, we can target our opponent's rogues. And then 2 Ashiok for the more grindy matchups as kind of card advantage. Shark Typhoon was another card we could consider. There's some options there. As we play through more, see what opponents bring in, we can better scale this sideboard. So I'm 1137 on the Mythic ladder. We'll pop in, play some games. So we're going to do some of this, and then I'll do some budget lists. I've opened 70 packs and still have a fraction of the set, so it's a good way for me to get started, familiarize with the cards, and then we can help newer players or players who just don't have the same volume of cards jump in. Come on. Everybody's well, We got our first arena casualty. Okay, you know what? Let's just restart the client quick. Sorry about this. Oh man, sir. So maybe we don't play ranked right now. If the servers... Alright, let's play one. Let's see how it goes. Let's go Rogues. Let's see if we can keep this alive. So we're top 1200 right now, Mythic. See what we get. Sounds probably fine. Let's see what we get. Gonna hold off on the pathway line to see what we need. It'll likely be just another black source. Does this have the new cards? It does. Look at Untapped. Just being a fantastic piece of software. So really, like turn 2, I'd like a Drowned or a Lofty Denial. Did opponent freeze? Did I freeze? Alright, we might need to just brew budget decks today. I don't want to like tank my record if we can't even consistently get us. Yeah, I think after this game we'll brew some budget lists. Probably do like, okay, opponent might be on ramp or control. Don't want to see more lands. See if we get anything good and then decide what our turn 4 play is. It'll probably be like Rankle. Mind you, I do like Rankle coming out after. Okay, so they shock 3 here to play a Birth. Oh my god, just all the... And they got counters. So not what we want to see game 1. We have a lot of cheap threats. They likely have a counter. Can't really get much good here. So I think what we do... I'm just going to play Thieves Guild Enforcer. Next turn I could try to Rankle, or I can just try to switch in this Xerath. They have 4 cards in their graveyard. Okay, so that's actually pretty good as a follow-up. So I think let's see if we could get Rankle here. Okay, so they do have the Essence Capture. If they have a board wipe, we can also sack this to draw a card. So 2... Jeez. We're not even playing that many lands. We're playing 23. Yeah, Wind Robber's really sweet. So we can steal Conquer's Death if we attack in here. Okay, that lets us draw a card. That's very good. Ooh, and Teferi. So I can do this for 4. I probably want the Wind Robber, to be honest. It lets me draw some cards. Worst case, like Thieves Guild. I don't think it does too much right now. Okay, so they have Brazen Borrower, and we got rid of a Shark Typhoon. Force them to discard here. Okay, so they have Teferi. So we do need to watch out. They're playing like the Force Spike effect. So we're going to do this. Because this way if they Teferi minus, we kill it. I guess that was lethal. Okay, even if they board wipe here, I just flash this in. Yeah, I should have just gone face. I was kind of expecting them to use Teferi though. Sick. So, kind of a shitty draw at first. So, play the Ashiok, get rid of Hagra's Mauling. Mind you, this is a land. Okay, we'll have to see. These Nighthawks can probably come out. Eliminates could come out. So we want the Negates. We want the Duress. Do I want Cling to Dust? They showed Elspeth Conquers Death. So it's 19, 22, 23. Probably still want that. The negates, the lofty denials are fine. Maybe trim a denial on the play. Basically just going to use Hagra as a line drop. Maybe... yeah, I think we do this. We'll switch it up after. Because they're probably going to bring in more creature-based removal. We saw no drowns, no counters that game. That sounds sweet. Untap Black Source would be great. Close. Because this lets me go Thief Guild next turn. Having Castle in this matchup is also going to be really good. Because what I can do is then follow it up Thieves Guild, equipped it, and then hold up Negate. Sure. So we'll mill him 2 here. Okay, so they brought in Pegasus, so holding the Hagra is actually going to be pretty decent. So now we're really just going to try to protect. So I can bounce this. I think we do. It lets me, like if they counter this, it puts another spell in their graveyard. Drown's another great one. Two cards. I think we negate here. Does give him an opening. Okay, so they have the casket. I think at this point we just keep hitting our line drops. If they don't play anything, I flash him Brazen Borrower. Neutralize. You're 3-2 equipped, so don't want to do that just yet. Probably going to bounce this Glass Casket. This can get another counter spell out of them, hopefully. Getting rid of Shark Typhoon's really nice there. we just attack in. Just gonna attack here because they can make a token. So this does the 8 cards. So now I'm good there. We have Drown in the lock. I can start drawing cards as well. Okay, so they're gonna gain 3 life, draw 3 cards. I probably should have countered that, to be honest. It's gonna set him up quite nicely. It's a pretty good rate for them. With Brazen Bar, yeah, I should have countered that. It's kind of an autopilot. Okay, they thirst for meaning. No, this is game 2. We're up 1-0 in this one. 35 cards. I actually would love to stick like an Ashiok or something right now. Surprised they did that. Like, we were gonna pay the 1 anyways. Let's see what's hanging out there. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they can make some angels, but we could counter that. Let's go Shatter the Sky. Yeah, like, I guess this one's on a land, so it's fine. So we just counter, like, whatever they do here. Oh, they play it out. Arkin. We counter this. Because they're going to block the Brazen Borrower. That's really good. Going to do this so we get some extra mills. So I hit him for 6. I can move this over. Should probably do. Because this just differentiates my attackers. So they take 9 this way. Maybe I should have done it on Thieves Guild. Because now they block the Wind Robber. Probably sack this. Just gotta duck a board wipe. Sick. So not the tightest play, but we took that game down. We may want Like, if they're going to see a lot of counterspell based decks, then we may want Shark Typhoon in the side. Alrighty. Let's run one more with this, see how it goes, and then we'll play some budget decks. The server's like super laggy. Apez. Our deck, like, naturally having a lot of kind of flash style threats is good against control. This hand kind of sucks against aggro, but we'll try. It's actually pretty good because I can Thought Thief or Lofty Denial and then go into Scavenger. No play. No. Take my Xerath. What are you going to take? Take my Lofty Denial? Hey, Awkward. Stream Decker I don't think has the cards just yet. If you actually just go Aether Hub, it'll be the list, the first one there. Best of 3. For like the first day or two, I don't think the full set's up. I was trying yesterday and it wasn't working. So this could be Sultai Control. Board removal. They don't need permanents, so I guess we can steal their Uro and get a card draw. I'm not thrilled about milling them. The Sky Chief's pretty good here. So I can't Ninja. So I can Ninja, I can take their Uro. That draws me a card. I get to play an extra land for the turn. I could Wind Robber. And then set it up for the following turn, but they're going to escape stuff from their graveyard. I'll use your Uro, please. So that'll put 3 cards. Yeah, generally speaking, I do prefer it over because I play 1 castle, so it comes in, and then late game I could cycle it to draw cards. We can try the temples. I just like the basic line types. If you don't have the trinomes, play the temples. Doesn't make much difference. Ideally, I would like all my lines to come into play untapped, but we don't have that available. Agonizing Remorse. I think they would take the Brazen Borrower here. I'm surprised they went the Nighthawk. Because, like, to me, the Brazen Borrower... So they can Uro next turn. So So I actually want to hold the Rankle because it's another way to get rid of the thing. Get rid of Uro. I'm actually going to steal their Fabled Passage here and then not crack it. So that way they have one fewer card for Uro. Because here now they only have 4 cards with this Fabled Passage. Yeah, nothing green. You can use any... I think that's the only blue-black Trinome, actually. So, another nice way to kill Uro. I think I just keep stealing their lands out of their graveyard if they're not going to answer my board. Ooh, and I hit Ashiok. I would love to steal your Ashiok next turn. And this is good because I can flash in this Brazen Borrower. Massacre Worm. That's fine. I lose 2, but I'm just going to bounce it. Or actually, I can just kill it. Then I got to fetch. Still think we're okay here. Because if they have a removal spell... Okay, so they had that, but they're tapped out now, and I just go Rankle. Got him! Okay, so they're playing a bit bigger. So probably want our own Ashioks, the Cling to Dust for sure. Yeah, the trick. I maybe should have played the Trickster. Hagra's Mauling's decent. I don't know what to cut. So we saw Massacre Worm. Duress is something to consider. They probably bring in a bit more removal. I think we trim the Eliminates. I like the Brazen Borrower. It's evasive. Trim a Denial. Maybe trim all the Denials. Play more proactive. Xerath was really sweet there. I think we get rid of the Mind Carvers and just play Duress. Be more proactive in the games. Don't think we want that. We could play Negates. I do like the evasive flyers, so maybe trim 1. Play like that. Yeah, Uro was the real kind of test for this deck. This hand's a little suspect. Jeez. Okay, we can keep this one. We have Agadeems. Probably instead of the Wind Robber. Oh, that's good. So, target player reveals their hand and you get them to mill. Taking Agonizing Remorse at the top is nice. So we're going to wait here. I can counter something for 3 mana. Destroy target creature, enchantment, and opponent loses life. Oh, you lose life equal to that CMC. Yeah, buddy. Cool yourself. I think we just shock this in, play this out. They don't have blue mana right now, and we've milled over a lot of their blue sources. I really just want to untap. Okay, so they'll probably get rid of the Scavenger. They have Karavek as well. Let's just get rid of Uro here. Can't imagine they're playing too many Pestilence Haze. Each player discards a card. Thrix. Ooh, Thrix would be kind of cool. Like top end. So I'm actually going to discard this. It puts more cards in my graveyard to eventually cling to dust. Okay, so they have Uro. One sec. So I probably just eat the Uro now, so in case they draw the source, they can't get it back. Cling to Dust, very impressive. So we just need to dodge removal for a turn. Sorry, give me one sec. Sick. Getting the win and a coffee delivered. All right, pretty impressive stuff. My sequencing could be a bit better. We should have played our creature out first and then gone to cast out the other guy. Yeah, the server's super laggy. Let's crack our pack, see what we get. They made it a little annoying with the packs here. Slim Green Bean. I don't think the cards are up yet. I do have the list right here on AetherHub. One sec. If you click that link, it's the first one. It's the Dimir Rogues Best of 3. You can export it there. All my lists are up there. Anything with the tag. So you can just search my lists. I put this tag in front of all my deck lists for Zendikar new standard decks. So we'll I'm going to be building best of 3 decks now. We had a lot of best of 1 decks yesterday for the early streamer event. So we went 2-0 with this in Mythic Ladder. Currently, I think we're top 600 with it, which is pretty sweet. I do like this configuration. The sideboard was pretty good. I don't know if we need the Witch's Vengeance. We might want something else. This Hagra's Mauling was fine. It's pretty much a free card to play. May just want to play some more removal. Maybe just like a Heartless Act or something in place of this. Because this doesn't... I think I want like an instant speed way to kill like a bigger creature as well. Tom Beekeeper, thanks for the follow. Alright, so I think what we do is let's brew